You know, for all the conversations we've had over the years about Jesse Puljujarvi getting traded, finally seeing it happen feels sort of cathartic, but it also feels sort of underwhelming at the same time. Really? That's it? That's what is this, 4-5 years worth of trade rumors have amounted to? Jesse Puljujarvi has gotten traded to the Carolina Hurricanes in exchange for prospect Patrik Puistola. And that's it. Now, the thing is, Puljujarvi and his value is so low compared to what it was a few years ago when trade rumors started to kind of seep into the minds of fans back in 2018-ish. Yeah, I say 2018 because I remember being in first-year BCIT radio and still making videos about Jesse Puljujarvi and whether or not he's going to get traded. But this trade over here is one that helps out both sides in a pretty good way. Frank Seravalli goes out there and talks about it here. It's a win-win trade. The Canes will still be very active in other deals, but they knew they weren't going to use all $10 million of their LTIR space. No risk, plus they can test this guy as an RFA for 7 weeks. The Oilers move on from Puljujarvi without having to pay to do so, and they take a flyer on an unsigned pick. You also had yourselves Ryan Rishaug tweeting this out saying that Ken Holland said he told Puljujarvi a few weeks ago they wouldn't be qualifying him, and they offered to negotiate a reduced salary in the $1 million range. He said that him and his agent felt a change was best. Now, Jesse Puljujarvi, we all know this, the Bison, he's a big dude, 6'4", 201 right-handed guy, 24 years old. Carolina Hurricanes guy signed till the end of this season until the end of the season. Why did I just say that twice? Man, my grammar's pretty bad today. He's making $3 million AAV, and you could totally understand why the change of scenery was necessary if the contract extension process in Edmonton was going to be in the $1 million range. This year, Puljujarvi has 14 points in 58 games played, on pace for 20 in a full 82-game season, a very big decline from what he had last season, 36 points in 65 games played. This has been chronicled to the moon and back, but Puljujarvi was good last year. He was disappearing in the playoffs last year, and then that disappearance sort of carried over into this year's worth of play. Now, who knows if going over to a team like Carolina with a whole bunch of other fantastic fans like Tara Vinen, Sebastian Aho, just to name a few, will sort of revive this guy in his career, his mojo, get maybe the veins pumping with a little bit more energy, because obviously Puljujarvi in Edmonton wasn't really shining in the ways that many Oilers fans thought he would be able to. And going over to Edmonton is a guy that I honestly am pretty high on, Patrik Puistola. We did make a Why I Want video about Puistola back in the 2019 NHL Draft, and this is a guy that I definitely do remember talking about in a pretty good way. 22 years old, 6 feet, 174, left-handed winger. He signed till the end of 2024 with his Finnish team. That's what the 2023-2024 means. He's playing for Jukurit in the Finnish Liga, and this season he's got 38 points in 56 games played. Not terrible, not amazing, but it's still a pretty good profile for a guy who is in his early 20s. Now, Patrik Puistola back in 2018-19 was at a 26-point season in 22 games played in the Mestis for Lecky. And this season was seen as a really good one because the Mestis was the second-tier Finnish league. He was way over a point per game over there, and a lot of people, myself included, kind of noted that the way Puistola played sort of reminded us of, dare I say, Elias Pettersson. He was very slick, he was very manipulative with his gameplay, he could produce points, and he had a pretty nice two-way element to his game as well. Sure, he wasn't a center, but there were a lot more stylistic comparisons between Puistola and Pettersson, and the fact that he was producing really well in the second-tier pro men's league in his country in his draft season also had another sort of connection there, because Pettersson, when he was drafted, was phenomenal in the Allsvenskan, the second-tier Swedish league. Puistola was phenomenal in the Mestis, the second-tier Finnish league. So it was really intriguing to see that sort of connection there, and I kind of labeled it in the thumbnail, or not the thumbnail, the title of the Why I Want video in 2019. Hey, Patrik Puistola could be some sort of a discount Elias Pettersson, a Finnish version of Pettersson. But of course, by the time Elias Pettersson was 22 years old, he was in the NHL dominating and doing amazing things. Puistola is still in the Liga, and he is not even a point per game yet. But if you're trading away Puljujarvi, and you're not getting any salary in return to do so, this pick right here is one that I think is pretty alright. You're swinging for the fences with a guy like Puistola, a guy that a lot of Carolina Hurricanes fans were pretty stoked to pick up back when they drafted him in the 3rd round in 2019, 73rd overall. It's a really bad asset management if you take a look at it isolated, because Puljujarvi was a 4th overall pick and you're trading him away for a 3rd overall guy, or a 3rd round guy, excuse me. But at the end of the day, this is the deal. It's a pretty mellow one, if I do say so myself, but it's one that we all sort of expected to come, and hopefully for Puljujarvi, it signals the start of a new chapter in his career. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Jesse Puljujarvi getting traded for Patrik Puistola. Carolina is getting the Bison over here. Edmonton is getting a prospect. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.